Day one. The red letter edition. Big Luda. We can chop it up, get our profits up, get this dust. If you just rotate with me, yeah. It's not a song, I'm trying to put you on to what I'm on. Before I finish breathing, I'm moving the masses like minister speeches, penning classics as I finish my thesis. Not a pastor or a preacher, my passion is deeper. Rapper / teacher, trying to master the teachings past the sinister streets and moving bags past the police is speeding fast in the evening. The truth is, it's all about eating, but I'm feeding food for thought for those either fasting or feasting. Putting faith in my beliefs when I'm speaking, looking straight till I'm decent at peace with no fear, believing it's real. I tell them it's heaven, but it's hard when you talking to niggas with no ears. From clouds of chronic coughing and sessions off, walking and stressing, straight lost in the essence. I pause for a second with my thoughts and reflections. I take my losses as lessons, but it's all just a blessing, and that we can. If you rotate with me, yeah, it's not a song, I'm trying to put you on to what I'm on. If you just rotate with me, yeah, we can chop it up, get our profits up, get this dust. If you just rotate with me, yeah, it's not a song, I'm trying to put you on to what I'm on. If you just rotate with me, in an instant, friendships in quick in the music business. It used to be just music, now it's just business. The relentless pursuit for loot, dividends and interest, hidden agendas, leaving you defenseless against them. Not to mention intentions to benefit from you penning authentic sentences. Shit for the spinach, niggas that did it. Listen, while you scribbling, picturing images of living on premises surrounded by fences and different women in silky linens, bending and grinning, intended rentals you slipping, cause these Vicks is out tricking your chips in. The game's cutthroat, rules was laid back in the day before rappers got paid by sponsors that slung dope, and shit ain't really changed besides the amount of change the game. Famous names so these lames can front, so I changed the game, see my future through the blunt smoke so high, looking at my future through the blunt smoke. We can chop it up, get our profits up, get this dust. If you just rotate with me, yeah, it's not a song, I'm trying to put you on to what I'm on. If you just rotate with me, yeah, we can chop it up, get our profits up, get this dust. If you just rotate with me, yeah, it's not a song, I'm trying to put you on to what I'm on. If you just rotate with me, I'm invincible, guarded by two identical, invisible guardian angels that guard every angle of my physical frame. Spiritual miniature ministers whispering, keeping me on the top of my game. Lessons to gain, pleasure and pain. Like my eyes, they reside on the left and right side of my brain. Quietly praying, navigating my aspirations, passing calculated statements while I'm grabbing my flame. Wasted in the basement, pacing, placing words on pages, blazing my merch to the face. I'm blowing life in the air. I sold my soul to the Lord for a price of a prayer. Yeah, so my nights can be clear when I sit still, writing this will in his likeness, like him, cause I'm knowing he'll save me. He told me to spit and don't let the devil take the gifts that he does. You just rotate with me, yeah, it's not a song, I'm trying to put you on to what I'm on. If you just rotate with me, yeah, we can chop it up, get our profits up, get this dust. If you just rotate with me, yeah, it's not a song, I'm trying to put you on to what I'm on. If you just rotate with me.
Day. Check it out. See, while you was on the corner trying to scrape up pack money, I was driving 80 stack trucks off rap money. I'm back money. If you want it, come to the hundreds and ands. from me. Meet them OGs that are blast from me. I'm right here. Ill Adidas, $400 jeans on me. Itchy with no safety, a loaded magazine on me. Southside, that's as wild as it gets. And no, I never sold crack. That's some house nigga shit. I'm not judging, but every man that's a man gotta stand by his principles, and I'm not budging. That's Mickey. You can take it how you want, but you can never be me. You can fake it how you want. I spit that uncut raw. You can bake it how you want. Break it down any way you like. You get the same result. Just get in tune. The elephant in the room has now assumed pole position. Whoa. Oh. BJ, get him. Come on.
Reporting live from the gutter where that butter get gorillas jobs. That's why we call it work. The same work will get a nigga robbed. I throw my dice against the concrete. If the bitches pass, see you later. Grab my paper, tell her stay to kiss my ass. This the jungle, baby, I'm a lion. Try me, I'll be firing. The same banger saved Private Brian. You the prey, you survive and hide. Better pray that them vultures and the rovers don't go flying by them. The mother niggas just so-so. How did the birth a nigga this hot in the cold go? I went from 20-inch assassins on that Osmo to the pretty 760 sitting low on them bozos. Those are big shoes, you motherfuckers is so slow. Get caught without your heat in these photo. It's bread or nothing, bitch.
Whoa. Whoa. I don't see a nigga alive. And if a nigga claim he better, then that nigga done lied. And if some niggas jump chose, bet them niggas done died. You can always spot a cobra by the look in his eyes. You look at his clique, check out his bitch, look at his guys. Cause 9 times out of 10, all that tough shit be just a disguise. And that does it. I got the chrome Mac in a black luggage, cause money. I move around like y'all hate women. I'm starting to think this whole industry full of gay bitches. No checkers, it's a chess game. Catch me in the next lane. Fly nigga, bunch of ice on me like my chest ring. All money's pocketing that, like a Hamas rocket attack. Explode profit and jacks for your moccasins black. Acknowledging that he resides. Scriptures is heathenized. Y'all couldn't paint the pictures that he provides. Eagle eyes, eagle eye on the beef out. Either scream peace or pull your piece out. The flow will knock your teeth out. From out west where we never put our rags down, nigga. If I ain't the best, most likely it's that rag town, nigga. That's me. All I can see on this beat. Whoa. Hey, haters keep hating. Y'all inspire me. Chicago, West Side, South Side, North Pole, East Side. Stick your chest out. It's Mr. Lingo himself. Hey. Dibs. Cobbs on that, my nigga. Come on, let me get a piece of that slice, boy.
Shut that shit, boy. True. I ain't no rapper though.
With great precision, like circumcision, they cut you off quick. It's hard to miss this division. In my city, it's too thick. Is that your chick? Pretty face, slim waist, bite out. Bet I can merch it, Chan Dicey with the Lexi out south. Put dibs on it, cause I know I got cars. But if you stingy with this dough, it's guarantee you get robbed. Use others, probably kick a 2 or 3 flat, that's barely distant. Shot lingo is sorta different, like none other, we just gifted. Dibs. Money is the root of all evil. Knievel here to deceive you. Let's take a ride, we could dip to the lake.
for an escape down LSD. That's my favorite to beat. But if you wanna say some gas, we can hop on the L. It's full of colors. Anywhere you wanna go, I won't tell. Secret safe with me. Drill to my heart and throw the key in 6 corners. If you wanna, any gangway will do. It's just the taste that keep me going. Need my sandwich intact. Throw a pickle and some lays on the side. Let's get it, Joe. Let's hit the show. It's finally summertime shot. The Hawks different. Need some gym shoes to go with this fit. They just don't get it. Boy, they just don't get it. The lingo's different. I'm so CHICA. Go, we so live. My pops not being around was a blessing in disguise. The gardens look so well, man. It taught me how to rock. I was feeling like a junkie, but I never had the cop. Just to make it to the top, they say that's when the pain stops. I used to be afraid to mainly cause it's gentrified. Shit, yeah, mainly cause it's gentrified. If you was black, you was folks to some folks. Mainly kings, SDs, 2 6s, man, it wasn't no joke. Ain't nothing gold about the coast, they snatched Cabrini for the green. The priest said it best, facts, money ain't a thing. Out of sight, out of mind, is how the game really goes. As the world turns, who's got in my light, you never know. Today is relevant, tomorrow you could be exposed. Listen to my story as the page turn, let it burn. You gon' learn today as I usher you down the hallway. Pick a room, enter at your own risk. Daily I get frisked, cause my melanin is bliss. Full of kingdom attributes, they be hating on that. But listen, pay attention, don't be blinded by the blind folk. Can't keep a bird in a box, just let my people go. Privilege is bigger than Hennessy, you see. The darker the tone, the clearer the message. What more I gotta prove to attest it? It's loyalty over money in case they forgot. Just cause Lori light on the foot don't mean the crime gon' stop. Cause we got families to feed and need. The poverty is at an all-time high. Do anything to get by. We rob, cheat, and steal. Then they hit you with the stale face. United up in these states. How? Give me a break when we get cast off of following dreams. I seen it all. Never claimed to be perfect. Every day I had to fall. Humble by defeat, but never let it define me. Statistically speaking, who really looking to find me? Dibs. Mr. Lingo himself. Alter ego. All 2020. I ain't no rapper though. Not one. Two bags eating chicken. What you wanna do? Missing? Give me that chicken, chicken. Give me that chicken, chicken. 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 What's good, beautiful people? Welcome to the podcast, Two Vegetarians Eating Chicken. It's your boy, Mr. Lingo himself.
Man, well, I got something to say. Your boy Fly Sweaty KJ.
And we broadcasting live from WIIFTBP. What's in it for the Black People Media? What's good, man? If you in the chats, you feel me? Welcome to the show. You know what I'm saying? Make sure you go follow What's in it for the Black People Media. You feel me? Make sure you go follow Two Vegetarians Eating Chicken. We got some guests for y'all today. You know what I'm saying?
They arrived.
I think they arrived. They running a little behind. You know, I ain't gonna be sexist. I ain't gonna be sexist in this moment. Oh, okay, KJ gonna do it for me. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna be sexist in this moment. You know what I'm saying? But everybody who in the comments, you know what I'm saying? We appreciate y'all. What's up, Corinthia? What's up, Chemo Sabi? Big ballin' is my hobby. What's good? You feel me? We got some guests in the building. They running behind, bro. You know, I mean, you know, KJ put it out there. You know what I'm saying? Right. Women be on, you know, they say it was traffic. You feel me? Traffic.
Traffic
Reaching for me,
crazy,
traffic. It was. Traffic was crazy.
Was.
So, I'm not gonna pretend like, you know, it wasn't no traffic today. It's a bunch of stuff going on. You know what I'm saying? So until they get here, they probably gonna call my phone and then we gonna figure out what it is. So if I randomly get up, that's why I'm getting up. You feel me? Because we got to make sure the guests get here. You feel me? But anyway, how you been, KJ? Man, it's been a crazy week. How you living?
It's been a week.
Yeah. It's been a week for KJ. You know what I'm saying? It's been a week for KJ. You know what I'm saying?
Interesting couple of days.
Likewise, you know what I'm saying? But besides that, you feel me? We got a dope show for y'all today. You know what I'm
Always.
saying? We finna get them a lot of shit just because they, you feel me? She say what?
Hey, bro, don't worry about it. When the camera's rolling, I'm here though.
Exactly. You feel me? So, you know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, it is what it is. You feel me? But no, besides that, we do got a dope show for y'all today. You know what I'm saying? We gonna talk a lot of shit. We definitely finna give them a hard time just because they weren't here on time. You feel me? So we gonna do that. But it's a lot of shit going on in the world. You know what I'm saying? I got a message. 2907. Let me go. They should be downstairs now, Ron. I don't know. Yeah.
Check. Yeah, it's fair.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. You want to jump into?
Bro, this is interesting. But anyway, it's hard because we everything I came up with. You feel me? Topic wise.
Talk about Dwayne Wade a little bit.
Go ahead, thank you, because that's really what I do want to talk about. Since we, you know what I'm saying. Do
breaks exist? Can you take a break?
So listen, when I was a shorty, the first time I ever heard about a break was from watching the TV show Friends.
Really?
And Ross and Rachel, they was on a break. You feel me?
Okay.
What's up, Boosie? How you living? And they was on a break, and so Ross ended up. They do know the address, huh? Take my phone.
They over there tweaking.
Yeah, they tweak.
Anyway,
so the first time I ever heard about a break was Friends. Yeah. Ross and Rachel, they broke up. She told him, like, you know, go, like, let's take a break. He like, oh yeah, let's go get some ice cream or something. She like, no, a break from us. You feel me? And he like, oh, okay, cool, shit. You feel me? So he ended up going out with the homies. You know what I'm saying? And he met a girl. You know what I'm saying? He should have. Who always had on them type shit. You feel me? And he ended up like making out with her, and I think he cracked. You feel me? So at the end of the day, she found out about it, and it was the whole ordeal about, you know, he used to yell and shit. We were on a break, like, you feel me? So from that, I never believed them breaks.
Why?
Because I feel like so I'll put it to you this way: if we're going to take a break, there needs to be stipulations about that break. You feel me? So if we gonna take a break, that means you need to let me know that I can't fuck with nobody else.
Okay.
That means you need to let me know that whatever the agreement, there has to be some sort of agreement about that break. I'll put it to you that way. If there's no agreement about that break, then we don't go together no more for this moment, in my opinion.
Right.
What's your take?
Yeah, that's the break.
So with the whole Gabrielle thing, they was on a break,
that's
right?
The break.
So now,
it's a pause on what we had
right.
for our obligation and contractual.
Now, D-Wade had an extreme thing because, exactly. So D-Wade had an extreme thing because he had a baby. You feel me? He popped the female off.
Yes.
You feel me? So I don't know who that. I didn't even know that was a thing. You understand what I'm saying? So like he popped the girl off. And what was the whole ordeal? Gabrielle got like mad about it, and she had to like, you feel me? Like,
I have no idea.
Oh, we got the late ladies in the building. We putting them on blast. We got the late ladies in the building. This what we do. You know what though? Feel me? Y'all here though. That's all that matters. You know what I'm saying? Our guests have arrived. You feel me? So what was your thoughts on it though? You feel me? And then we gonna add the ladies in, introduce them, et cetera, et cetera. But I wanna know your thoughts on the whole thing.
I mean, so I agree with Kimo Sabi, Big Ballers, Mojave. Why are we breaking if there's still terms in relationship, like parameters? If we're breaking, we need a separation from each other.
Right.
Obviously. So if we're doing that, then what's the point of the break? Other than that, just saying like I need space, so just go to your mama's house. Right.
So you saying that within the break there has to be some sort of agreement to what that break is going to be.
I don't think you can break with having an agreement. I'll just say that.
I mean, I don't believe in breaks, period. So I'm saying if we go on a break, I'm saying if we go on a break, make sure y'all turn your phones down. I'm saying if we go on a break,
Right.
I am going to assume that we don't go together no more.
For that period, yeah.
For whatever that period of the break is.
Yes.
And we can kind of go about it that way.
Yes.
You feel me? Ladies, make sure y'all go follow on Facebook, What's in It for the Black People Media. And then share to y'all Facebook pages so people can, see y'all lovely faces. You feel me?
Fair.
The late guests in the building. You feel me? That's fair. We gonna talk some shit. You feel me? So yeah, I don't know what y'all, Devin, what's good, bro? I don't know what y'all think about it, but and at the same time,
I mean, the comments. I mean, so let's see.
Yeah, read some of them because I really don't believe in. I really don't believe in.
What are the breaks for if we still have relationship terms? Just out here nothing.
It's the same as saying like when you in a marriage and they want to separate. So that's basically a break.
But you separate knowing that you still have the terms, though.
So even in the marriage needs to be of like agreement around like, okay, so what is this separation going to look like?
I think it's more acceptable to have that around your marriage because you're trying to figure out what's working and what's not, as opposed to a break should be like that.
Okay, so what does a separation in the marriage look like to you? So if for me personally, if we separating in the marriage,
right,
we ain't in the same household no more, then like I don't really know what this is going to look like.
Can you really separate if you're in the same house?
I mean, if it's like a man cave or some shit, maybe. Right. But I mean, I'm just saying, there's no way to really connect besides like therapy. Like I would be assuming if y'all on a separation that y'all would be going to like some sort of like couples therapy. You know what I'm saying? Counseling to see. But otherwise, how y'all gonna connect? Like, you know what I'm saying? But anyway, we want to introduce our guests, you feel me, who have arrived. And so, ladies, we want you guys to, oh yeah, it's there. Two vegetarians eating chicken, you know what I'm saying? We in the building, you feel me? And I want the ladies to formally introduce themselves to everybody in the comments who's watching. Look, we even have little mini bottles of water out ready for y'all.
I know,
you know what I'm saying?
Thank you.
Feel me? We
That.
trying to be hospitable. You know what I'm saying? You feel me? So, ladies, introduce yourself. Talk a little bit about who you are, what you do, where you from. That's important too. And then we'll allow you guys to kind of chime in on the whole. We started off with the whole Gabrielle Union thing. And they were on a break, her and D-Wade, and D-Wade popped off a girl, basically had a baby. And so we were just trying to get an understanding of what a break means to you, et cetera. But first, introduce yourselves.
All right, y'all. Thanks for having me. My name is Ashley Terrell, and I am a native of Inglewood.
Okay, Inglewood in the building.
Southside. Yes. I am a school counselor on the west side, and I enjoy what I do. So when we talk about therapy,
west side, okay,
counseling, so we'll get into that during our segment.
Okay.
I'm also a twerkologist.
Twerkologist.
Yes, honey.
Yes. That's a thing. I didn't even know that was a thing, but okay.
It is now.
We here for
it. I go by the name of Ash Money. I'm the twerkologist, and the mission is just to have women feel confident in themselves, work out, drop some pounds, and feel sexy. So
I love it.
You actually lose weight by twerking?
Hey, shit, you sweat?
Can you?
You sweat, right?
That's the question. Yes.
Yes,
you
of
sweat,
course.
right?
About 500 calories a class.
Wow.
Yeah, definitely. Yep. So follow me, ladies, at Cute and Stuff
Ass,
1920.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair. Okay.
That's so I got you.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, we'll plug that again. Like, we can't forget to, we got a twerkologist in the building. You know what I'm saying? Any ladies in the comments, you know what I'm saying? We got a twerkologist in the building. To your left.
All right, and that's my best friend.
Ow. Wow.
She said it twice.
My name is Shelly Rashad. I am raised and rooted in the Inglewood community.
What part of
Still
Inglewood?
fighting
What?
Well, technically West Inglewood.
Okay, what street?
Grew up on 68th and Wood.
Whoa!
Okay.
I bet we know some people.
Well, probably.
I bet we know. I went to Hartford, so I bet we know some
Okay, so we went to Lindblom.
Okay, I knew some people.
I graduated Lindblom, went to Howard University, representing for the CU. I serve as executive director of a non-for-profit
Hey, with the sound effects. Let's get it, boy. Let's get it.
So, executive director of a youth development organization. So we create a safe place for children 6 to 18 years old in Inglewood to have fun learning, spark their love for learning, and just exploring Chicago, healthy living, environmental awareness, and leadership.
Okay.
Gotta invest in the youth.
Important.
So I do a lot, but I mean, we'll get into it naturally. But
Yes.
what I do.
Well, welcome, ladies,
Thank you.
to
Thank
Two
you.
Vegetarians Eating Chicken. I think we got the Twitter handles at the
I know.
bottom.
Instagram.
Yeah, sorry. Really used to it at the bird and thought Twitter. But we got the Instagram handles on the bottom, you know what I'm saying? But we gonna dive in. We got a dope show for y'all today, you know what I'm saying? We gonna dive into a few topics. But ladies, what are your take or thoughts on what does a break mean to you guys in a relationship? Have you ever been on a break?
If we can, we break up. Period. There's
Well,
no-
we break. Who said that? Bernie
Break.
Mac? Yeah.
We break.
I think you talking about work though.
For me, if we break, no, I'm good.
That means we don't go together no more,
we
right?
don't go together.
Yeah,
no
We don't
okay.
need to.
Okay.
We don't need to. I think that people do the breaks because they're uncomfortable starting over at the end of the day. Like, you can't be uncomfortable starting over. If the person is not for you, they're just not for you. And that's a tough reality to face. But at the end of the day, go your separate ways. There's something else out there.
But like D Wade and Gabby, we don't know their relationship.
I mean,
Nobody
don't.
knows
I don't.
anybody's relationship,
I
right?
don't.
But they obviously need to take a step back and maybe reappreciate each other.
so that's the break.
Yeah,
Why did they need to do that though?
I don't know.
Oh, you saying in general because that's why they did it. I mean, I guess. I mean, you know, so she basically the whole ordeal was she had to like forgive him, and it was like, what you need to forgive him for? Y'all was on a break. You feel me?
Maybe
So
they
it's
had
like
rules though.
maybe they did have rules. I don't know. It wasn't really.
Maybe
know.
it wasn't like you can't like fuck no other chick, but at the same time.
But see, that's not. I'm not.
I don't expect.
Then-
I don't
then I'm
expect
not-
you to bring home.
I'm not taking no break. Then what we taking a break for? If you gonna tell me
to
I can't.
reassess the.
Nah, fuck that, bro. Like if we listen.
I mean, so look. Let's
I
think
get
about
it.
Though. Let's think about it, though. If you have too much of anything, it's generally not bad for you. If you eat too much broccoli, my nigga, that's bad for you. So at some point, you have to eat something different. If we just look at a general standpoint, sometimes relationships can be overwhelming. So you might have to step back and look at it from a fresh pair of
True.
eyes.
So Mike,
In the
so
day.
so Mike in the comments said, I
Mike.
thought a break was I'm interested in someone else, but I'm not completely sure.
Nah, that's yours, bro.
Listen though, I mean,
Like, that means you're interested in someone else, but you're not completely
I think
sure.
that's just how it ends up happening. But like a positive break for people like
Yeah.
that, the same way with like a separation and like a marriage is like, let's take a step back because we're in a heated environment and like let's try to look at it with fresh eyes to see if we actually are fit.
so even
for
with
each
that,
other.
what you saying that there still sounds like there has to be some sort of like agreement to that break.
I mean,
Of course,
Yeah.
or a baby comes.
Exactly.
Like-
Which is what happened with D-Wade and Gabrielle Union. And it was just
Exactly.
like, you feel me? So does that mean they didn't have some sort of agreement?
but we don't know how long their break was.
That's
either,
true.
though.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not taking no break
we don't know
no
how
more
that break
longer than
ended.
3 to 6 months, bro. Like if our break is longer than 6 months, we really don't go together no more at the end of the day. To me, because it's
I
just
mean,
like
but you
Yeah.
so this is another question. If you have kids together, more than one, do you really take a break from each other?
I personally, as the man, I wouldn't want to.
Question.
It's yes.
What's the difference, or is there a difference between taking a break and just needing some space?
That's a
don't
good
know.
one.
That's a good question. So now with needing space, that still has to entail in something, right? Because it's like if you need space, that means we have to be separate. You feel me? So if we live in the same household, what does needing space mean for you? Are you about to go stay with your mama for a couple of months? Like,
separate bedrooms.
you feel what I'm saying? So it's like, so what does that look like? What does that mean?
That's right.
When you need space? So like, I think it's a little easier when you like dating a person opposed to being married to a person. Like you can't really say in a marriage, I need some space.
I feel like you can.
You can, but then
healthy
that's
marriage.
it's. I mean, even it ain't that healthy if you need some space.
No, things need space. You need time.
I'm not disagreeing with you, but I'm saying it has to take a certain point for you to get to that to
Yeah,
even say
for
I
sure.
need some space.
For
Like
sure.
you understand
Yeah,
what I'm saying?
for sure.
But I don't know. There is a big difference though, Aaron. Like I definitely agree with you as far as like a break in space. You feel me?
City.
Aaron used to call in and talk to
He
us
say
and tell
City
us
Boys.
about that big
The
print.
phone lines are open. Yes,
City
the
Boys,
phone
we don't
the
claim
phone
it.
lines.
Yes.
The phone lines are definitely open. I think my number is on the screen. I don't know, Ron. Is it on the
Yes,
screen?
I agree, Aaron. I agree.
The phone lines are open. We about to put the number on the screen. And definitely call in if you have a take. But Aaron said you can need space and go to a different room in the crib. Taking a break could mean separating yourself from the, I don't know what else he said. Hold on.
Intimacy.
From the intimacy.
Permanent.
Ooh,
Space is permanent. No, I think
I don't think so.
no, I think it's the same. It's kind of like breaks are temporary, space is permanent. Well, I think 'cause even with space, you can put a time frame on that too, though, Mike.
Yeah.
Like you can put a time frame on what that space looks like. You know, a space. I need like a month away from you. You feel me?
It's a long ass time.
But a break can be the same. Like you feel me? So I don't really know what the difference is. I don't really know what the difference is. But I think
space is a softer way of saying like, you know,
I need a break.
yeah.
I need a break.
exactly. Yeah.
Like, why don't you leave instead of get your ass out?
Yeah.
Exactly.
So,
The phone lines are open. If y'all want to chime in, definitely call in. You feel me? I think the number is across the screen.
Because we were late, I don't think we got the rules. Like we can curse.
oh, yeah.
Yes. I'm sorry. We would have broke everything down to y'all, but traffic and shit happens
traffic.
sometimes,
It's
you
rush
know.
hour.
So
Shout out to
definitely on Tuvek, we want everybody who we have on the show to speak freely.
Cool.
Completely be yourself, unfiltered. We just want it to be a very relaxed,
flow of
natural environment. You know, it might get heated, as long as we not like out shouting each other and none of that shit. You feel me?
Shout it all.
No, and I don't take you guys as
Shouters.
shouters or the type to do so. So
Man, we never thought he did a twerkology class either. So
exactly, you feel me? So
never know.
yeah.
We'll just see people now.
Aaron said a break implies that I need other people possibly until I'm in a better space.
I don't think
I don't know if I agree with that though, boy. Hey, Aaron. Hey, Aaron.
Story.
Hey, Aaron. I don't know though, because if I need other people, that means I'm not really rocking with you no more.
Right.
Exactly. We
So-
might as well
Therefore,
break it off.
We might as well be
It's over.
done.
That's
You
over.
feel me?
Yeah.
Because it's like so when you say other people, do you mean like homies, or I just need to like go reevaluate, like chill with my bros, go on to bro vacation or some shit like that.
But sometimes you could take a break. You know how like sometimes you could go date someone else and it could show you what you really had,
That's fair.
right? So I don't know if that's what he's, but he sound like he got.
I'm also thinking of like the process of forgiveness. Like
Okay.
for some people, forgiveness like it's a whole process and it takes months to years for some people to forgive. So that space may be used to go through that process alone in order to reevaluate the situation.
Okay.
Like that could be another factor when we talk about like, I don't know, like repairing the harm. You know what I'm saying, to the other person, because the repairing has to happen. But who's to say that I'm ready to talk or you ready to talk? Like we need space in order to communicate like two human beings, or else it's gonna get worse. You know.
Okay. Well, I don't want to stay on this topic too long. You feel me? Again, the phone lines are open. If you are new to the channel, make sure you go follow us in it for the Black People Media's Facebook page. Make sure you follow Two Vegetarians Eating Chicken.
Yeah.
The YouTube as well. We got a bunch of visual stuff up there. Two Vegetarians Eating Chicken. The IG and the Twitter, 2VEC Podcast, and number 2 VEC Podcast. Make sure you go follow these lovely ladies as well. They're doing amazing things in the city. And I think that's an understatement. We'll get more into that. But so I don't know how aware or in tune you all are with just the whole dynamic of male versus female and all of the other things that are going on in the world today. But I have a few topics that I kind of want to touch on and get your opinions about. And we're going to hop into a couple more of these comments. But before we do, or should we just read these first real quick?
Go ahead before you switch.
Yes, thank you, sir. So Aaron said exactly to whatever was said. So that implies the need for the break in the first place, like what drove the relationship to that point. with communication, understand, and all other helpful tools, what else could drive it to a break? You must want to experiment or dive outside of the relationship. Okay.
That's a reason,
Maybe you just need a. Well, so I'll just say this: people can sometimes be a lot, and if you're going through a lot, that extra stress of whatever the problem on your relationship, you just may not need that. So you need that time and that space for you to just get your own. As an, I feel like a break is always just mentally about us, but sometimes I'll just may be overwhelmed, and so
in life,
right, and I might just be grieving, and I don't want to like let you know. So now, what do we have? Intimacy issues, because I don't want to tell you what's really bothering me, but at the same time, my space should be respected, and I may need that. So
I can respect
That's a whole nother topic.
it's a lot of topics.
Fair. Liz said a break means giving me time to let things process. Maybe a weekend getaway with the girls to Woosah. See, she pointed out a weekend getaway. You feel me?
What's happening at that weekend getaway?
With her girls. With her girls. With the twerkologist. With the twerkologist on the trip. What y'all doing? What y'all doing, Liz, on this weekend getaway? You feel me? That's a whole nother conversation too. You feel me?
Yeah.
But anywho, no, so I wanted to ask you guys, and you too, KJ, ladies. Thank you for clarifying that. That's a bad habit.
I do it too. Sorry.
Is there a agenda? And I'll elaborate, but I just want to ask the question first. Is there an agenda to eliminate the difference between men and women?
What do you mean?
So thank you for asking that question. And then there's another part. So a lot of the things that we talk about on WIIFTBP podcast, we see and hear a lot of things, right? So what's going on in the world, we kind of have our opinions about it, and then we touch on them. You know what I'm saying? And if we have guests, we allow you guys to obviously voice your opinion. So I saw this, and basically they were asking the question of, is there an agenda to eliminate the difference between men and women? Before you know it, we will just be people. And so the whole point was the agenda. Yeah, the agenda is to normalize what is considered abnormal. Example, are they trying to make women the masculine face of what's going on? So, okay, so let me give you a pretty straightforward example. You can't. I agree with you.
No, you can't.
Let me give you an example. Give you an example.
Rarely disagree, but this is
Listen,
gonna be a good one.
so we do rarely disagree, and I ain't saying that I disagree either. So not too long ago, Fashion Week just passed.
All right.
You know, and you know Met Gala and all this other shit just passed. The week of Fashion Week, Russell Westbrook. I don't know if you guys know Russell basketball.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
Laker now. He had a dress on.
Oh, okay.
He wore a dress.
Was it the white dress?
It was the white joint. You feel me? He
Okay,
had the
I
white
see
dress on, and there was a lot of backlash as far as gender roles, and I got another question to kind of balance it out. But the whole ordeal was that they're trying to shift the agenda as far as like, okay, so it's like basically they were saying, was that fashion or is it okay for somebody to, okay, so let me ask this. What is
It was a dress, Corinthian.
Yes, it was a dress. But there's another question that I wanted to ask. But basically the whole thing was, does sexuality have anything to do with fashion and how you dress?
Yes.
I don't think so.
Why not? How do we tell the difference between a man and a woman? Hold on though, before you answer that. How do we tell the difference between a man and a woman? Fashion wise, how do we tell the difference between a man and a woman?
By what they identify as. I don't judge a person by what they're wearing. I feel like I'm all for a person wearing what makes them comfortable.
There you go.
Okay?
So you ever
if
seen
he
Russell?
woke up and decided that he wanted to put on that dress that day because maybe his legs was hurting.
Yeah,
Okay,
bad.
What's wrong with
dresses
shorts?
are really like flowy.
What's wrong with
What's wrong with shorts?
I don't know. But hey, I don't think so. Because especially now, like who kind of kicked it off? Well, probably not kicked it off, but
he's been wearing dresses on and off for the last 5 years.
What's the Smith kid?
Jaden Smith.
Jaden Smith.
Pretty fluid.
Made money putting on, what was it, Ralph Lauren dresses. And
Yeah, but he
skirts
came out and
things
said
like
he
that.
was gay though.
Did he?
Did he?
Yeah, he did
Yeah,
actually.
he did.
Wow.
He did. He publicly proclaimed that what's his name was his boyfriend.
Tyler.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So now we
real,
gonna dive.
for
We
real,
gonna
though?
dive a little deeper. I don't know if it's a.
don't
You feel me?
remember hearing
So here's
that.
my thing though. Here's my thing. Go ahead, because I
I
want
think
to. I know you have a
Met
point.
Gala. So when I think about Met Gala, I think about the creatives. I do.
Right,
Because
so-
it's outlandish. Like you wouldn't walk down the street.
Okay, so
like
what is
that.
fashion? What is fashion nowadays to you guys? What's your opinion
make it?
about?
I think that fashion
That's
is
fair.
freedom. It's
That's fair.
always
Freedom.
been freedom.
I love
Like
that.
think
Okay.
about the trajectory of fashion. It has
Okay.
altered over time, and then it runs itself right back. Right.
Okay.
Same pair of Jordans come out every year, but that's a whole nother conversation. But I think that it runs its course, and then it becomes even more creative as we go. Now, when it comes to men wearing dresses, I feel like at the Met Gala, that's the Met Gala. And the thing-
He ain't wear a dress at the Met Gala though.
Or
He
in
wore
general.
it of Fashion Week, but he wore a complete like suit at the Met Gala.
well, in general. 'Cause
Okay.
Lil Nas X also wears dresses.
Yeah, we gonna talk about it.
So I think that it's just a fashion statement, and we talked about in the car like about how. Like we talked about Jaden Smith, but there are many people that do something outlandish with fashion, such as Kanye West, who's walking around with like a mask on their face all the time.
We gonna talk about
like,
that too.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
For me, it's about attention because
Okay.
Yeah.
it's like, oh, what Kanye doing, or what you doing? You know
Keep
what I
my
mean? It
hand
makes
in
me
your mouth.
pay attention to you more.
Yeah.
So not to say that it proclaims a sexuality, but
Okay.
it's kind of like, what statement are you trying to make here? Why are you trying to make me pay attention?
So are y'all mutually saying that fashion has nothing to do with sexuality?
I'm not saying it has nothing to do.
Okay. Okay,
But
cool.
It's
I
still
think
expression.
it's a reach to always assume just because you see someone in the dress, a man
Okay.
in the dress.
Now remember
maybe it
that.
has to
Remember
be-
that thought though. Okay.
Okay.
Remember that. Remember that. Remember that. Let's read a few of these comments real quick before we
Fashion is risky.
before we where are we at?
Just because so many outside opinions, but it's hard to define someone's sexuality by their clothes. It's a hot take.
That's
Okay.
facts. Look at
And
Prince.
Mike said no man wake up one day and just put on a dress. He must have been thinking about that for years.
Maybe
So,
not.
wait, so like, let's
I've
Yeah,
never
about
woke
being
up in my
comfortable.
life and was like, I'm gonna wear a dress today. Like I just never.
Right, but if you
that's
look
just
at,
me.
if you look at the trajectory of Russell Westbrook,
Okay.
you will see that this is not his first dress.
He ain't never wore a dress, my dude.
He's wore a skirt. I promise you.
Oh yeah, a skirt. Yeah, yeah. But
What's
this
the
was
difference
this
between
was.
no
a dress and a
difference.
skirt, nigga. I would
Ain't no
feel more
difference.
disgusted.
All right, okay,
about
so let me
seeing
put it to
him
you this way.
In his mini skirt with these long ass leather boots that he wore that day.
Okay.
as opposed to him
So you
having
saying
on a long
so you
dress.
saying this is
What
okay
you talking
though? So
about?
you saying it's okay because it's
I
fashion?
am saying that I am a fashion person.
We rarely disagree,
I
but let's
will
go.
not- I will
Okay.
not.
Would you wear a dress?
Would I wear a dress?
Yeah.
For a bag? Fuck yeah. I talked about this 2 episodes ago.
That's fine.
When we talked about
we
Conway.
back.
When
We back
talked
though.
about Conway wearing a dress for Alexander
Okay.
McQueen.
We gonna talk about it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Let's go.
We gonna talk about it. All right. So look.
Also,
No,
look
go
at,
ahead.
Look at Prince. Like
He
Prince
never
had
wore a
hoes.
dress though.
He did.
He wore heels.
Right.
And
He
they
wore
did
those-
not
those
air.
Right.
sheer
And
shirts
Okay, so
still
look.
idolize Prince.
So look, I think the biggest thing I want y'all to understand is I don't want to try to be naive or downplay that they're gender.
Okay.
So look.
Because we've all talked about
Okay,
this
go
on
ahead. So
camera,
then I got
the agenda, and technically is to demasculize the black man in general.
Okay, that's what we talking about.
As a overall, not just
Yes.
a man. Period. And
Yes.
to make us accept it. Look at it. Starts with black person. What the man wears is fashionable. When I told you, when these hats that I got on my head started coming out,
Yeah.
it was a black person I seen with this. When I started rolling up my hat, I did that, and then I saw another kid do it somewhere else. So we are setting the trends for it.
So here's my
Hoping
biggest
that
thing.
The youth or somebody else catch on to it.
Here's my biggest thing, right? Let's use Lil Nas X as an example, right?
Go ahead.
When it came out, there was a thought in my mind that Lil Nas X was gay, right? Because it wasn't a thing. Now, once he came, what was the first one? Take my. So he has a hit. Now he's a household name. Now it's easier for the people or whoever you want to, you know what I'm saying, to use him as a pawn, and whatever the case may be. Now he has everybody's attention. So my whole thing is, when you think about somebody like Frank Ocean, we knew Frank Ocean was gay from the jump. I don't think there was ever a moment where we thought Frank Ocean wasn't gay, because I think when he initially came out, everybody knew that Frank Ocean was gay.
It's the content of the music.
I think the music drop. I don't think he like came out and said it, but like when people started listening to the songs, it was just like, oh damn, Frank Ocean might be a little, and I think that was originated. But my whole point is, we never seen Frank Ocean in a dress. Okay,
but
listen, have we ever seen Frank Ocean in a dress?
No.
Okay, so look though.
My clothing doesn't represent my masculinity or my femininity.
I ain't saying that it does, but I'm saying they basically trying to get us to understand that they really want us to see that they want to normalize what's considered abnormal, right? So like, we don't see men in dresses or skirts unless they in like, So let me ask you this: you ever seen any like Nigerian dudes, Sudanians, or anybody of another country, black country, in a dress?
I have.
Okay, who? Let me know.
They have the long.
They
that's but it ain't a dress though.
Okay,
it ain't a dress.
In America,
but they don't have. It's not shaped like
black
a pants.
men,
You just
right?
put it over.
Just put it over.
Yeah.
Right, but is it a dress?
Technically, yes. Can you say it's
Don't
not?
get technical.
Can you say
is it a dress?
We have to talk about technicality.
Is it a dress?
We have to talk about technicality.
No.
Is it a dress?
We have to. I just said yes.
It's not a dress though.
Name it.
It's a long.
It's not.
What
I
is
think.
it? It's a what?
I think
What is it?
fashion.
What is it?
What you call it? I'm pretty sure there's a name for it.
Tell me what it is.
Let's keep going. I'm just saying. Listen.
I think fashion is what we make it. Right?
It is.
'Cause I
Okay.
even think about
So
now,
what
like
is Lil Nas? Go ahead.
All the young wearing like the little shorts, right? Like back in the day.
I got on little shorts. Go ahead.
Right.
Yeah, I got the leather joints on.
But before it was like, oh, your shorts too little. Like
fair,
these
it was.
Past your knees, and
Yes.
oh, why you wearing them all up there? Like, oh, you must be, X, Y, and Z.
Yes.
But now it's fashionable.
Corinthians said
So
he gonna say a
literally
long
it can
shirt. That's what he
change. Like
said.
it changed with the times. For
It does, and I'm not taking away from that. But here's my point then. Okay, so I don't really have a point with this statement I'm about to make.
You just want us to agree with you.
No, y'all don't have to. Y'all don't have to at all. Y'all don't have to
You
at
want
all.
us to agree with
Listen,
us.
and my whole thing is, I don't even necessarily feel a certain way about what Lil Nas X is doing. I think my whole thing is, we can't steer away from the fact or try to turn a blind eye to what's actually happening.
I think that. No, go ahead. I'm gonna let you finish.
So, okay. So besides the fashion part of it, why do we need to see Lil Nas pregnant?
Okay.
Because it's about the
Why?
creative. Like
I understand the creative point. I understand the creative point.
His album tomorrow.
Yeah, it's
And
all.
this
Yeah,
is going to
it's
keep him in people's mind. I don't know. I think people are so quick to judge people, and
I'm not judging. I'm not judging.
I get that.
I'm not judging.
I also think he's just a free black boy.
I mean, but
Let him just be free.
So why he didn't come out originally when he
creative.
first came out and said he was gay?
Because that's not an easy thing to do, and that narrative has been told time and time again.
I ain't disagreeing with you.
But
I'm not disagreeing
I would
with
say
you.
this.
I'm just saying.
Frank Ocean came out, we never see that man again.
He came
That was
out and
his
went
issue.
in.
He came out.
Good point.
He fought Chris Brown.
love
Then
him.
he went back.
It's a good point.
Anyway,
No, go ahead. I'm just.
So what I would say is that like Lil Nas X is a troll. We are. If you don't, if
He
you
a
don't-
pawn. I'll use
that.
that. I'll use
Yeah.
that word.
I mean,
like
he does
that.
just
He a
as
pawn,
much. He
my
does
nigga.
just as much as 50 Cent does.
He a pawn.
Whenever
Yes, he
he's like
does.
out
Yes.
there debating people and
Lil
trying to
Nas
get
X
you-
is a puppet right now, but go ahead.
All right, that's fair. It's fair,
His
but
puppet.
it's an entire other side of the world, which is
fair.
LGBTQ
Yes.
people who.
Which,
who
yeah, it's
see-
fine.
I mean, they see that. I mean, you might not want to see it because that's not your world, but somebody in
No,
his
I
world,
know the world. Like, you know what
I'm
I'm
just
saying?
saying,
It
like
ain't-
that's not your world to
Yeah,
appreciate.
exactly.
So it's for his
Come
world
on.
to appreciate. It's young kids who have to see that to say like, oh damn, it is okay for me to like. Somebody has to break. Nigga. I mean, saying though,
I'm not saying that they.
when I found out Luther was singing to a man. I mean, at
That's
the end
fair,
of the day.
'cause I didn't know
So,
either.
You know what I'm saying? So
But I'm saying, why portray something
man.
why portray something? So can dudes get pregnant?
no,
No, that's
Right.
what makes it entertaining.
Why we need to be entertained by that though?
come on.
But see,
But we need to
Are
be
you,
it
are
was
we
not
really talking about this right now?
It was
Do
a
we need
post
the
on
color
Facebook
green?
that talked
like,
about
what are we talking about?
that
Like,
Yeah, I'm just
episode-
saying. I'm just asking.
No,
I ain't,
the
I'm
episode
just
of
asking.
the Cosby Show.
I'm just asking.
The episode of the Cosby Show when
Uh-huh.
like all the men got pregnant or whatever, and people
Yeah.
are on the post. Not that I agree, but people are on the post saying like, what's the difference? I mean, it was just
They
for
delivered
entertainment on the
Bambi Family.
Right,
Yeah.
That's
like-
what it was.
Oh, yeah.
That's the difference.
and he dropping an album.
right. I just like she.
No, and my imagination is pretty big. I like to play devil's advocate, so y'all
Yeah,
understand.
yeah.
Like
No,
I don't.
you're fine.
I'm very aware, and you feel me. So let's read a few of these comments before we go on to the next topic. I don't want to stay on it too long. I just really wanted to, play devil's advocate one, and then just kind of get y'all opinion about it. Somebody said, Corinthia said, but this is an American issue. I don't disagree with that. Mike said, trust me when I say this, there is nothing society can do to take away masculinity from a real man. I agree with you 100%, but we can't say that they not trying. They definitely are trying.
They always
They always trying. You're right.
This is America.
My thought, Liz said, fashion has went beyond a trend and a spiritual realm to stir a gender of confusion. Thank you for saying that, Liz. That's really all I'm trying to point out at the end of the day.
But
you know what I'm saying?
advocate
That's
for
all I'm
your
really.
agenda.
That's all I'm really trying to point out at the end of the day. But I like to stir up the. You know what I'm saying? You feel me? Corinthia, I think this was to KJ's point of the Nigerian or the whoever of the
shirts,
descent wearing
whatever.
it. She said he gonna say it's a long
could've
shirt. But
kept that.
you feel me? Aaron said you don't need to be entertained by it. It's for those who enjoy it. I agree.
Facts,
That's fair.
right?
Yeah, that's a good
So
point.
many people becoming free when they see somebody doing something bold and brave. And
Okay.
they're like, okay, I could do that too. That's what matters.
So would y'all say we live in a world of where is it? I wrote it down.
Got a lot of notes over there, huh?
I got a lot of notes over here. You got to stay ready so you ain't got to get ready. You know what I'm saying? So would y'all say we live in a world of immediate gratification and social media validation? Would y'all agree with that?
Of course.
Automatic, yeah.
Oh, okay, cool.
course.
That's why that's why we on Facebook Live right now, right? So
That's true, but at least we
it's
doing the
always-
podcast.
Always
Right.
need
At least-
to be connected. Always
At least we
need
doing
to
the
be in
podcast.
tune.
That's fair. Okay. Well, I don't want to stay on that, but we gonna get into relational things.
Just keep it brief.
Yeah, we got 10 minutes before we go to the top of the hour. That
right.
just flew by. So I think this is more. Actually, this is for the women since we have ladies in the building. I want to ask this question because I saw it. This isn't my question. Anybody in the comments, this isn't my question. I saw this, and so I knew we had wonderful ladies on the show today. So I wanted to ask. Anyway, name one thing women underestimate about men.
It should be easy.
It should be, but
Quick.
it should be.
I bet. Go ahead.
Name one thing women
women
underestimate about men.
I think as someone who grew up with 8 brothers, which I feel like I had
like
a
how you
lot
started that.
of things to observe growing up, right?
Okay.
That men have real feelings. Like you guys are sensitive. Like you all want
I just appreciate you saying that for the very first thing.
You
But
all need
go ahead.
your space too. Like I think it's
Okay.
a lot of pressure that sometimes women will put on you all to always be strong, always to figure it out, always be the leader, always be the chaser. Right? But
Fair.
Pursuer,
we can
pursuer.
do those things
Don't
too.
be chasing, boy. Pursue. Don't be chasing. Anyway, go ahead.
Chase.
Pursue. Don't be chasing. It's the difference. Anyway. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So it's that's what I feel like women.
Corinthia said the
underestimate.
ability to show empathy. That's a good one too.
I love that.
Ashley.
Quality of a man with no money. Fair.
Oh, somebody else said that. The quality of a man with no money. Ooh.
Ooh.
That's a big
That's
one.
a-
That's a big one.
Ooh.
Cause y'all be like, I ain't fuck with nigga, bro. He broke ass, boy.
He better
Anyway.
be rich in love.
Yes.
Okay.
Rich in love. I would agree with that, but I honestly would say women may underestimate men in their ability to pay attention to a woman's needs and be like, I guess it can go 2 ways. One being sensual. Let's just get to it. Sensual in the bedroom.
Okay.
Like knowing needs, what a
That's
woman
fair.
loves, what a woman likes, the ability to recognize her ups and downs, like a down day, bringing in flowers just to cater to her. I think that I have experienced underestimate like the power of a man, like actually knowing like what to do in a moment. It's kind of like, wow, like you know how to do that. And I think that my mindset might be shaped by previous experiences, you know what I mean? But when you meet a real man,
Facts.
he gonna know what to do.
Yes, ma'am.
And
Fair.
so
He gonna figure it out.
he gonna figure it out. So sometimes that might be one of the things.
Okay. What's you say? What's some of the comments?
I didn't say nothing. No, I'm just listening.
Aaron said that part. I'm sensitive as fuck, but I'm thankful to have the space to be in that emotional space. Real talk, because 9 times out of 10, if you are in a toxic relationship and a woman who doesn't really understand your feelings and what you want to express, you gonna catch him like sitting in the car for like 15 minutes when he first gets to the crib, because he not trying to come in and have a conversation with a woman who don't understand his feelings. Or he gonna call his homies when he first gets to the crib, bro. I don't even feel like going in and dealing with this bullshit, bro. Like, you
I can
feel
see
me?
that. They are human.
And that is so they.
Have emotion.
What you say? They human. They have emotion. Yeah, we do. You feel me? But sometimes it gets overlooked. You know what I'm saying? LaRon said, "I think you should just say the quality." That's a good point, actually.
They pay
The
close
comments
attention.
are coming. I know they play close attention. Was this Pierce? Is that how you say it?
Yes.
Pierce. The ability to go back and tell the people that they messed up.
Bro, you know
My
I
food
like
order.
them.
That's super rare. I'm hungry as hell right now. You talking about food, bro? I'm super hungry right now. Aaron said KJ don't like
the
The
KJ
word,
like
the word
toxic.
toxic, the toxic man doesn't exist. The things that the man does can be toxic, but the man can't be toxic himself. There you go. So take the toxic out of that. Because you can't put toxic on a person, because you'll never say a toxic woman, but you'll say the woman did something that was toxic. So use that same energy with a man. So yes, I don't like
Say
toxic.
some folks are toxic.
Toxic.
No, they have toxic behavior.
No, they toxic. Or
because
they
because
spirit
because of
bad.
their
That's what I say.
behaviors and their actions are toxic, but them themselves can't technically be toxic because they've been trained or been hurt, manipulated, or used in a certain way as well.
We got the therapist in the building. Dr. KJ in the building. You feel me? He gonna let y'all know what it is. Dr. KJ in the building. Dr. KJ in the building. You know what I'm saying? He gonna let it be known. You feel me?
Wait, what was the question again?
So the question was, what's one thing women underestimate about men? And I think you started with feelings. And then you went on a mini tangent and said a bunch of things, but it was all
Mind your
great.
business, because it's true.
It was all great though. It was all facts. No, so I think that is
What do you all think?
Yeah.
it for because like women really get used to what's the word I'm looking for? I actually wrote it down some damn where weaponizing our feelings. So women weaponize our feelings. They use that shit against us, like, you know.
Don't do that, ladies.
Yeah, you know, and women do it though. You know what I'm saying? You know, whether it be to their girlfriends or his ass was crying on the phone to me last night. Ooh, damn, I told you that in confidence. You feel me? There, and then her nigga go tell boy. They said your ass was crying last night, boy. Now she petty as hell. Like I told her that. You feel me? And so it's just like when things like that happen, we kind of refrain from even opening up, you know what I'm saying? Then now here y'all go, I just want you to be emotionally connected to me. And it's just like, well, every time I tell your ass something, you feel me, you go tell your homegirls or you use it against me, you know what I'm saying? And so it's like,
Gotta keep people out of your business.
But that's crazy. We ended up there because the counselor, right, with our young men, and when they're having relationship issues, they don't want to like even admit that they like love the girl. Do this, and I'm just.
so you know, it's crazy. And we're going to talk about this. We're going to talk about this when we come back. But I saw this too, because we at the top of the hour. But I saw this, and this is solely related to males, right? And then we going to come back and read some of the comments too. Hold on, I kind of want to read this because he said my wife, so I kind of want to know what he said. He said my wife told me that I don't. Say what?
Don't cry.
I don't cry in front of you. You don't know what I do driving. Oh, no, that's fair. Back and forth to work. Real talk. And so see, I don't know. I might cry you me to not crying in her, like, you know what I'm saying? So like as a man, I've known to express my emotions in a way, but I'm gonna be hesitant to cry in front of a woman though.
If you want a woman to truly
Masculinity.
love you, you have to show up 100%. And sometimes showing up 100% is how you are feeling in that moment. I can't know how to cater to you,
There you go.
and
There
nurture
we
you
go.
and love you.
That's fair.
If you are
Yes.
just always strong.
So I'm gonna leave y'all with this at the I'm gonna leave y'all with this at the top of the hour though, and then we gonna come back. So I saw this, and this was solely related to men, and it said, I'm gonna read the whole thing, so don't let y'all just listen. So don't feel anything, think everything. Don't use emotion, use logic. Don't use your feelings, use reason. Don't use attraction, use understanding.
What is this?
Y'all sit with that. Y'all sit with that though. And y'all sit with that. So I'm gonna say it again. Don't feel anything, think everything. Don't use emotion, use don't use attraction, use understanding. We at the top of the hour. We gonna come back. You feel me? Two vegetarians eating chicken.
Y'all
You
come
feel
back
me?
with us, man.
Make sure y'all come back in. You feel me? The phone lines are open. You know what I'm saying? Make sure y'all call in, especially if it's some women in the comments. We would love to hear y'all, comments and, et cetera, et cetera. But we'll be back in a couple minutes.
That last time out.
WIIFTBP.
WIIFTBP. Media's just for you and me. WIIFTBP. Media's just for you and me.
Introducing your trusted source for high quality Black emojis, better known as Blackmoji. We believe Black is beautiful, and that beauty should be reflected in the digital market. Now there is an app that does just that, starting with Black Greek letter organizations. Blackmoji D9 offers more than an emoji app. It is a cultural experience of Black excellence. Download the app in the Apple or Google Play Store to access a specially curated catalog of emojis representing the Divine Nine. Use the emojis to celebrate Black Week events, acknowledge current events, support social causes, and learn about esteemed Black Week members who blaze the trail of Black history. A portion of every subscription goes toward a scholarship fund specifically for members of Black Greek letter organizations to help keep the legacy alive. Download the Blackmoji app today.
It's Mr. Lingo himself. Hey.
Dibs.
Cobbs on that, my nigga. Come on, let me get a piece of that slice, boy.
Shut that shit, boy. True. I ain't no rapper though. Look.
They cut you quick. It's hard to miss this division in my city. It's too thick. Is that your chick? Pretty face, slim waist, bite out. Bet I can merch it. Chan dicey with the Lexi out south. Put dibs on it cause I know I got cars. But if you stingy with this dough, it's guaranteed you get robbed. Use others, probably kick a 2 or 3 flat. That's barely distant. Shot lingo is sorta different. Like none other, we just gifted. Dibs. Money is the root of all evil. Knievel here to deceive you. Let's take a ride. We could dip to the lake for an escape down LSD. That's my favorite to beat. But if you wanna say some gas, we can hop on the L. It's full of color. You drill to my and throw the key in 6 corners if you wanna. Any gangway or do. It's just the taste that keep me going. Need my sandwich intact. Throw a pickle and some lays on the side. Let's get it, Joe. Let's hit the show. It's finally summertime shot. The Hawks different. Need some gym shoes to go with this fit. They just don't get it. Boy, they just don't get it. The lingo's different. I'm so CHICA. Go, we so live. My pops not being around was a blessing in disguise. The gardens look so well, man. It taught me how to rock. I was fiending like a junkie, but I never had the cop just to make it to the top. They say that's when the pain stops. I used to be afraid to walk through humbled. I was terrified. Now I stroll through it freely, mainly cause it's gentrified. Yeah. Black you folks to some folks, mainly kings. That's these 2 6s, man. It wasn't no joke. Ain't nothing out the coast. money ain't a thing. Out of sight, out of mind, it's how the game really goes. As the world turns, who's got in my light, you never know. Today is relevant, tomorrow you could be exposed. Listen to my story as the page turn, let it burn. You gon' learn today as I usher you down the hallway. Pick a room, enter at your own risk. Daily I get frisked, cause my melanin is bliss. Full of kingdom attributes, they be hating on that. But listen, pay attention, don't be blinded by the blind folk. Can't keep a bird in a box, just let my people go. Privilege is bigger than Hennessy, you see. The darker the tone, the clearer the message. What more I gotta prove to attest it? It's loyalty over money in case they forgot. Just cause Lori light on the foot don't mean the crime gon' stop. Cause we got families to feed and need. The poverty is at an all-time high. Do anything to get by. We rob, cheat, and steal. Then they hit you with the stale face. United up in these states. How? Give me a break when we get cast off of following dreams. I seen it all.
Yeah.
Claim to be perfect every day.
I thought I played this way. Cool. Shows how much you was listening.
Aww.
Fuck you talking
Shade. Oh my gosh. Two vegetarians throwing shade. Sheesh.
about. Nah, we ain't.
We rolling, bro.
Not yet.
We are, bro.
What's good, beautiful people? Well, we just came back, though. It just went off, though. I know KJ ain't talking. But anyway, what's good, beautiful people? Welcome back to the podcast, Two Vegetarians Eating Chicken. It's your boy, Mr. Lingo himself.
The man who always got something to say, your boy Fly Sweaty KJ.
And we broadcasting live from WIIFTBP. What's in it for the black people media? We got some amazing guests in the building. Ladies, reintroduce yourselves.
I am Ashley Terrell.
And I'm Shelly. I don't know, y'all have like cool. I'm
Oh, you're right. We should have
come up
cool
with our-
names.
we gonna
That's
come
up
back
to
so we can
y'all.
come
That's
back.
up to y'all.
But I'm
You feel me?
Shelly. I'm Shelly.
That's fair. I think we got the IG handles at the bottom. Make sure y'all follow these lovely ladies. They doing amazing things.
We got some. It's __ I am Shelly. That's 2 E's.
You know, we got the spell check person in the building. You feel me? We got to make sure we spell stuff right.
gotta
in
get
here,
it
you
right.
feel me? That's fair.
Really?
My mistake. Excuse me. But anyway, we got a dope show for y'all. You know what I'm saying? If y'all still in the comments, welcome back to the show. Make sure you go follow What's in it for the Black People Media's Facebook page. Make sure you follow Two Vegetarians Eating Chicken. Make sure you follow the IG and the Twitter, 2VEC Podcast, number 2 VEC Podcast, and the YouTube. We got a bunch of visual stuff up there, you know what I'm saying, for all my visual people out there. But we going to read a couple of these comments, and then we going to jump back into how we left the top of the hour. Basically, we were talking about men and how we express our emotions. And basically, there was a quote that I saw, that said basically, don't feel anything, think everything. Don't use emotion, use logic. Don't use your feelings, use reason. Don't use attraction, use understanding.
What was this a quote from? Like, give us a context.
Yeah.
Because yes, in some situations.
It was
but
definitely
no.
from somebody who is in that alpha atmosphere. So alpha, beta, it was definitely, it was probably Dr. B. We can break it down a bit more. But somebody in the comments, or Mike said, yes, facts and figures over feelings and emotion. Elaborate a little bit more, but I get it, but elaborate a little more. So I think what he was basically trying to say in this, and I'm just going to use my opinion, and then obviously, KJ, you can chime in too if you have. I think the don't feel anything, think everything, it can be a little risky in a sense. I think that it's hard to not. So for a male, right, and this is just me using my opinion, I'm not going to be in my feelings a lot, right? So like if that can come a lot of ways, right? So if we having a disagreement, or a argument, if you will, I'm not going to, and this is all from experience, right? So I'm not going to be in my feelings about whatever it is that we're disagreeing about, because now I'm getting emotional, you know what I'm saying? And so some women, not all, some women like to use that as a triggering point as well. Look, I got his ass emotional. Look, you feel me? So it's like we as men have to know how to channel that, right? In a sense of hypothetical, right? So let's say if I'm married and I'm having a disagreement with my wife and she feel a certain way and she say something like, oh, you just don't understand me or something, or you this, or you mean, or you this, you know what I'm saying? I'm not going to go back and forth with you. You feel me? Babe, I know who I am. You a little emotional right now when you ready to calm down.
Why wouldn't your response be, why do you feel that way? Like, what did I just say to hurt your feelings?
Which can be a response too.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? But I'm
I'm
saying that
Why would you say that though?
I'm saying that men sometimes elaborate on that too when I say this. I'm saying men sometimes can get emotional in a sense of where it just kind of goes left. Because now, and I'm only saying this because I've seen certain men get up and I'm like, bro, you can't get emotional in this point. Like, you feel me? You really have to lead in a way to where she can actually come back to a calm state of mind. Because now y'all just yelling at each other and y'all ain't getting nowhere because it's like, okay, how are we gonna resolve this?
No.
You feel me? But no, what you was finna say?
Why would she say it?
Why would she say? Well, because I mean, women are women. I don't know why women say certain things. I don't know why men say certain things.
I don't know.
You feel me? But
I like to think that I'm a logical person.
Okay.
Like, if it can make sense, even if it's the dumbest shit, I will be like, okay,
a good point,
see
Gio.
how you came to that. I don't agree with it, but I can understand. So, like, the ladder of each sentence I could get, but not all the times. I think you should feel and you should. What was the rest?
So
of the
no. So
response?
no, and I'll say it
Yeah.
again. But Gio just said something really, really good that I agree with. He said, "Have emotions, but don't be emotional."
Yeah.
There's a difference, right? Like, because I feel like obviously you don't want to be like cold and like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, I'm gonna have emotion, but I'm not going to allow you to let me get emotional. I guess this is me just still breaking down what I think he was trying to say. So when you say logic, he said, "Don't use emotion, use logic." Right. So like when you think about that, what does that even mean?
Meaning, don't react to something purely based off the fact that it may have hurt your feelings
Right.
or triggered you in a certain way. Like, you have to be aware to be able to say, like, okay, this person did that because of this, not because they hate me and they don't like me, or you're just trying to disrespect. Like, it don't have to go to that extreme if you are trying to understand the situation. But I think it's situational. Some things I think you're most supposed to be emotional. Your grandma passed.
Some
like,
things
you
can be
emotional.
Yeah, to things of that extreme, like obviously, yeah, I'm definitely gonna be like emotional. You know what I'm saying? But even with that, like, I think as men, we still refrain sometimes from like even like showing emotion.
But I think that's the problem.
Yeah.
I think
ain't disagreeing with you.
men
Yeah.
don't show enough emotion. We just talk about masculinity. Like, just because you cry don't mean you less of a man. Because you're expressing yourself to me does not mean you less of a man. And I was going to bring up the personality type. So, like, some of us, I feel, it's like, I know my sis right here is going to think logical. I'm a feeler. I want to know how people are feeling so that I can care for them. That's why I'm in the field that I'm in. But it's just kind of like, if you never felt anything, if you always thinking, you missing a component of your life. You really are. And it's okay to feel your emotions because, shit, that's the problem for me, for black men. Then when you get a black man and you do get into it, something, it's a blow up, but he had never cried before. You know what I mean? Now it didn't escalate to something it didn't need to be, but maybe that needed to happen for that man. I just feel like
JD Kidd said.
Yeah.
Most niggas cried. It'd be less blocks being shot up.
Fair.
You better know it.
Listen, facts.
It's facts.
So it took me a long time not to cry, but it took me a long time to feel comfortable enough to freely express my general people who I wasn't around on a daily, right?
Yeah,
so
same.
my homies, I don't think I have an issue with like crying in front of my dudes unless I know they're just gonna be lame about it. Like, boy, fuck you crying for, you feel me? Ooh. Like, bro, I'm emotional right now. Like, you feel me? I need to let
KJ,
this
you
out.
seen him cry before?
You feel me? No, KJ ain't never seen me cry before, I don't think. You feel me? There's probably been moments where there's probably been moments where I wanted to, but like I think I had to like.
We had good conversations though.
You feel me? We'll just leave it at that. You feel me? But okay, so
logical point,
yeah. So let me ask y'all this then. Okay, so since we're talking about men and black men in relationships, what's some of the main things that y'all love or enjoy about black men?
Everything.
Say more. Say more.
What what I love about they just. So this is how I truly feel. So I said earlier, I do community work. I'm a community leader in Inglewood.
Okay.
Or I should say South Side of Chicago. I really think if you really want to restore the black community, you have to restore the black man. Because, again, as someone who was raised by a strong Muslim man who raised 8 young men in Inglewood.
It's crazy.
Nobody was taken from gun violence. Nobody went to jail. Nobody was addicted to drugs. Like, you know what I'm saying? So when you have... Black men are just a different level of strong and jeez, I don't even know how to explain.
You get butterflies just thinking about it, like
right. Like I really feel like as a black woman, I'm supposed to love a black man. Like that's in my DNA.
Yes. One thing I love is like when a black man love, he love.
Yeah.
It's unbreakable time. And that, to me, is sexy. It makes me feel wanted. Like, I'm your woman, and you're going to do right by me. And I just really love the black man's drive. I feel like the black man goes through a lot of obstacles, right? Things that's supposed to hold him down, but he is just, like, punching the air. Okay, getting up, and I love it.
So devil's advocate.
Like Cuba Gooding Jr.
So,
Go Trey. Go ahead, Trey.
So, I know, right?
Ahead,
so devil's advocate. I don't know if this is a call. I don't know nobody in Miami, so I'm not going to answer that. I don't know who this is. So if you call in and you have a 305 number, please say something in the comments. Otherwise, I'm not answering this shit. So devil's advocate. I saw something. We ain't going to read a couple of comments too. But I saw something that said, so basically I just heard you guys say that black men love hard.
They do.
Okay. I'm gonna ask two questions. Well, one question and then one statement that I saw, and then I want y'all to give y'all an opinion about it. My question is, why don't women do the same? And some women, I guess I got to say some women. And the statement that I saw was women love the experience of being with a man, and I guess I want to know, is that true? So answer the first part. Well, answer this one first, and then I kind of want to go back. So they said women.
Fair, I don't
women.
think either of them are.
I'm just.
They're
We
just
just going off of what I saw. You feel me? So women.
Okay.
So women love the experience of being with a man, but y'all just kind of said it though, because men do love hard, right? And I think that can be because for a man. We can break up with a girl, right? And let's say we was together for 5 years, and we break up with a girl, and I think there's a part of us that will never stop loving that girl. There's like a little small thing in there that's always gonna be especially if you got like C's with a girl, right? Like if you got kids with a girl, right? So that's that part that kind of. So I think that part is what keeps the woman connected to the man, because you have kids with this person, right? I think. For the man, so break up that little part of us that can love the person, depending on who you are as an individual. But I think it's easier for women to just kind of move on from a breakup, depending on who you are. Again, as a person, this is just the numbers or whatever. So. You feel me? Please argue. You feel me? And so, what are y'all thoughts when you hear something like a woman loves the experience of being with a man?
Black man should be an experience. I feel like everybody should be an experience, and we won't be boring as hell.
Yeah,
it's fair.
But I do think that it's not the same thing. I think some women love the idea of being with somebody. I don't know about the experience, but it's a lot of people who would rather be in garbage relationships, just say they have a man, rather than being waiting for something more healthy and fulfilling.
And I think it goes both ways. Like, some people get into a relationship validation. Like, I don't really love myself. Somebody show me affection and love, then, I feel better about myself. And I feel like it can go both ways. And I agree. Like, humans experience you. Like, you are the experience. So, I love to experience a black man. But at the same time, like, I got to love me, too, so I can love on him. It got to be reciprocated.
Mm-hmm. KJ?
Thoughts?
What you got to say?
I'm just saying thoughts on.
I understand and I get where you guys are coming from. You do have to love yourself at the end of the day before you can love anybody. But the journey, I think itself is what they're talking about and how unique it is with a black man.
Yeah, it should be an experience.
Right? Because walking out the door, my life is a danger, just period.
Facts.
And that's not even talking about my own people. That's just me walking out the door, facing the rest of the world.
As a black man, yeah.
Yes, as a black man. Like, so me just walking out the door, going across the street, like, I completely understand everything that comes with that. Like, and there's so many things, right? And so it's interesting because I had a conversation telling him, just like, bro, when I leave out the house, you have no idea what I wonder or worry about for myself. Now, that's just me being logical, and people will say, like, sometimes I'm cold, but at the same time, it's just like, you don't know.
Survival.
If, Right. And so, like, because I always have to figure out that. I will always have to wonder who's after me. I also have to wonder if this woman's after me, because, like, now it's just at the height of if you, like, blink, now I done sexually harassed you, and now you calling up, and now I'm about to go, and, like, you know what I'm saying? Now you done ruined everything I done worked myself up to do.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And so, it's an experience in itself.
So speaking of love.
Wait, there was a first part to that. It was a...
There was
another.
a first part.
It was another opinion that you shared.
Oh, so basically, y'all was basically, elaborating on how men love and how we love like hard. And,
I think men love hard. I mean, I think it depends on.
I was saying why is it hard for women to do the same, or why is it hard for it to be reciprocal?
I think it depends on the man, and
it depends on the woman
and
too.
the woman.
Yeah.
But I feel like, from my experience and viewpoints, men love harder because it's hard for them to express love. And so I would just put so much love into you once I feel like I love you that at times I don't have to say I love you, because I'm doing everything I can to possibly show you I love you. So, and because I'm taking that extra time to show you that I love you, and I'm doing these things without you even having to say anything to me, and I'm trying to give you the best of me, when you rip my heart out, because that's what ends up happening. Now we got a problem. We got a real problem. I done put so much, and it's not, and it doesn't always have to be money. It always doesn't have to be time, but just me doing the simple things of just, like, you know what I'm saying?
You know what? I dated someone before, and I swear this is before my healing took full bloom. But I feel like I used to. Right? Yes, thank God. I feel like I used to tweak on this guy I was dating, because I felt like, why does he tell me he loves me? Why doesn't he, like, wasn't confirming that love verbally? But he was doing everything I asked, right? But that wasn't enough because he wasn't saying it. Yeah. And I'm just like, but so now that's my question I'm posing to the group. Is like, do we need to hear it? Does a guy need to say it? I feel like he does. But obviously, okay.
People like validation.
I wouldn't say
women.
You don't have to tell me all the time that I'm beautiful.
More times than not, women love validation more than men do, for sure. Like,
but
I don't need
like,
to.
Men like validation,
but it's different though. It's different.
Yes,
don't play with me.
It's different though.
Baby, you look so good.
It's different though. It's different though.
Is it?
No.
A little bit. Like, there's a. I think women seek validation way more than men do, for sure.
Okay,
like, for
maybe,
sure.
but you guys hold so much in. We don't know what you really seek.
Nah, look at that.
Yeah.
Speaking of love,
right.
Speaking of love,
Stay there.
we gonna stay here. It's all relevant. Speaking of love, me and KJ has had this conversation before on a previous show, but I had a conversation with Miss Shelly over here, and she said that you. Okay, so here's the question: can you love somebody unconditionally? I know you know this. We have to, because she brought it up. So I kind of want to know you guys' thoughts, and then I'm gonna let KJ chime in, because he definitely gonna have something to say about the thoughts and opinions of, can you love, even in the comments, can you love somebody unconditionally?
I think it might be healthy for us to define what we think unconditional.
Go ahead,
love
please,
is.
please do that, so we can elaborate on.
They can't. So the conversation's over.
Can you love somebody unconditionally?
Yes, I think you can love someone unconditionally. I think unconditional love is the ability to just be open and accepting of an individual and loving them no matter what.
No matter what.
I think that if you're with a person, ultimately you're partnering because you can help each other progress or improve. So like you could. It's just that we just need to work on some things, whatever that thing is.
Now, is unconditional love in romantic relationships as much as it is like with my mama and my daddy and my siblings and things like that? Sure. I think when you find your soulmate or your life partner, there can be some unconditional love there for sure.
What'd you say, KJ?
Does that even exist?
Somebody said love is not unconditional.
It's not. I agree.
Did you
Elaborate,
Yeah.
please.
Elaborate.
Please elaborate.
Everything in love, or the words love, even with your family members, come at a price that can always be turned to a condition. If your brother did something or stole something from you, that would put a stipend or a clause in your viewpoints on how you see him, which knocks down. I'm not saying you would not love your brother, but you would view him differently, which means that that it's a condition now. I can't trust you.
Still love him, and you still gonna
But
show
you
up
don't-
for
but
him.
It
It's
depends,
still a commitment.
But it depends, though. It depends on who you are as a person if you'll still show up. Because if you've done something foul enough, when he calls you at 2 a.m., you may not want to answer because he did something and you're upset. That doesn't mean that you won't love your brother, because there's always love. Like, I can love a bum. I don't love a bum unconditionally who's on the street, but I still have love for that person. Not saying that you don't have love for him or you don't feel feelings for him, but that unconditional piece is tainted.
But that's what I'm saying. I think that when you commit to something being unconditional,
so
that you can commit to, okay, even though this person did X, Y, and Z, I'm going to still love them and expect nothing in return or hold nothing against them.
But
That's a good point.
That's why you got a lot of
That's a good point. So
mothers
Mike
who
said, no, that's fair.
nurturing garbage sons.
So Mike said to love unconditionally is to love or give and want nothing in return.
Facts.
Come on.
Off of what you just said. Then
But
Gio said.
at some
Gio
point,
said,
but it ends though.
hold on. So Gio said.
So when I think of
What
something,
ends?
when I think of something unconditionally, it's something that never ends.
Gio-
Unconditional is a never-ending thing. If you tell me that it's a never-ending waterfall, I'm gonna think that there's no bottom to that waterfall. If you tell me that it's that's where it falls short, because it's a condition at the bottom line.
Okay, so how do you feel about this one? Gio
Go
said women cannot love unconditionally until they have children.
But some mothers give their kids.
No, go ahead. Yeah. Now, okay, so then that's
Some people do
situational
that.
then, right?
So
then that's
that is-
situational.
Yes,
then, right?
but still, you can't just, because it's not one for all. Can some
Yeah.
people love unconditionally?
Yeah.
They love unconditionally for a term. I'll say that. Just like when you have a woman, it's your turn. So there we
Yeah,
go.
you know I agree with that.
Because
Yeah.
that condition is there. As long as we're together, this is unconditional. I will provide X, Y, and Z. You can feel this X, Y, and Z. But guess what? When the minute I do something wrong, or the minute I feel like you violated me, you don't get the experience that you used to get. If you hurt my trust, I'm not vulnerable anymore with you. That comes with a condition now. Our love is shifted. It's not as unconditional or open as you want it to be. So it's always a condition at the bottom of that rainforest. It's always something that's there to tell you that this here it ends. Therefore, it can't be unconditional. So you have to shift the word unconditional and then say, well, I'll always have love for you.
But why do you keep saying that it ends?
Because unconditional
Sounds like
unconditional
when
is
you're
continuous, right? No matter what. No matter what you do. But we know that it's no matter what you do, because it's something you can always do to stop that. It's not going to be a no matter what you do.
It's about what you accept.
I was about to say.
Right, but you say unconditional love, right?
Yeah.
No matter what you do, you just always have this running river for me, right? I go fuck 1,000 bitches and I tell you about them. Now you just dump me, right?
Exactly.
Because it's for yourself.
But
and
see,
so
we're-
now you have to protect yourself,
We're
right?
looking at worst case scenarios, though.
I mean, but
like it's a lot of
why
like
wouldn't
my
we, though?
parents have been together for 47 years.
That's amazing.
It's some listen. I'm sure they get on each other's nerves and have gotten on each other's nerves, but at some point there was some unconditional love.
I'm sure.
Yeah, right. And
I
so
didn't say I mean,
they figured out, obviously, at this
Yeah.
point, they figured out
They
how
committed
to.
to.
Right.
Your wife cheats on you.
Yeah.
They committed to
Right.
that unconditional love.
Read,
they be
read the
together.
comment.
Uh-oh. If your Mike said if your wife cheat on you and divorce you
Pay
and you
child
still
support.
pay child support, that's unconditional. That's for the kids or for You feel me?
18,
Yeah,
yes.
exactly.
Okay.
Oh man.
Found out it was.
It's a condition.
Pierce, that depends on the person. Is woman out here being punching bags right now and still
Right.
loving them to death?
Crazy.
But still though,
yeah,
but at the end of the day, like, do they really love them, or is that really just them not having the worth to feel like they belong somewhere else and it's different? It's so many components when we talk about things like this that we can never look at one situation and just say it's not as deep as it is, because
That's
I'm
facts.
staying with you for beating me because I feel like you love me. But what that looks like is that might be generational people getting beat in your family, and you don't know love outside of that, right? So you would easily say that woman's stupid because she never left that, but her mother and her grandmother, that's all she saw. So now she thinks that's what love is, and the first person that don't hit her, she would say doesn't love her, when that's actually what love is. So we have to redefine and understand what love means to us.
Somebody preaching.
Dr.
today.
KJ in the building. Dr. KJ in the building.
I saw a counselor
Dr.
KJ in the
KJ.
comments.
And he typically had the glasses on when he do it. He didn't even got the glasses on. You feel me? And he out here. You
I
know
feel
what I'm
like
saying?
that goes to what you said earlier, KJ, about a person not being toxic, but them having traits. Like, I think everything, like right now I'm reading a book, I don't want to butcher up the author's name, but it's called What Happened to You? Like the trauma
Who hurt you?
informed
Say it.
approach to how, instead of looking at a person saying, what's wrong with you? Why are you crazy or whatever? Like understanding what happened to them. Now, I think understanding a person's past can better help you understand how to love them, how to love them unconditionally.
Yes.
But I mean, past is always going to
She
come
got
up.
snuck. She got to sneak that in, right? So no, that's a good segue, because I do want to kind of, and it kind of happened naturally, which is really dope. There was something I put in my notes about some of the most common causes of childhood trauma, right? So like, let's touch on that a little bit, because I know you guys are, you all are in that field. And so we all have some sort of trauma as human beings that we have dealt with. And so from you all's experience, what are some of the most common causes of childhood trauma, or just trauma in general? Like, you know, if you can break those down in like categories or whatever, what are the most common ones?
Yeah.
And then we can elaborate on it.
Yeah, I became interested in adverse childhood experiences when I was a teacher.
Okay.
To best understand how to teach kids from my hood. Had to research it. So there are different components of adverse childhood experiences, which include neglect, coming from a fatherless home, your father being locked up, etc. But the most common one for me would be a father.
Okay.
And for me would be violence, some kind of like violence in the community that children are
Chaos,
engaged
dysfunction.
in. Yeah, chaos and dysfunction are the two for me that I experienced. Yeah.
I think it all, what I see is there's, I don't really a common, right? We don't really know all that folks have been through, but I think it's the attention to mental wellness that was not given or taken care of that really creates that trauma. And that could come from, like Ashley said, having a parent missing from a home, a divorce, right, causes trauma, a parent or a family member being addicted to drugs, like, again, community violence, domestic violence. Like, there's so much that can cause you to shut down or be traumatized. And especially in the Black community. Right? And then especially in the city of Chicago being literally one of the most segregated cities in the United States, probably in the world, right? And then when you look at some of the Black communities like Inglewood or North Lawndale, when you look at the decades of disinvestment, right, that have the effect of that disinvestment creating trauma-filled environments for our young children. So that when they show up in our programs and they show up at school, like, we're dealing with that's living inside of these young people that we have to do a better job at creating environments where we are expressing our mental needs, right? And we have to normalize mental health in the Black community. Why are you laughing?
I agree.
That's not.
Are you?
Yeah. No, I agree with Shelly, because I feel like we go back to the previous conversation of Black men not crying enough, Black men not showing emotion. Like, I really do feel like now some kind of therapy is necessary to move forward.
For everybody.
For everybody. We go through a lot. Like, even growing up in the hood, like, I have a degree, but that doesn't mean that I didn't go through some things in order to get to where I'm at. But when I'm doing this work, I have to constantly check myself and my experiences too, in order to inform and teach kids how to navigate this whole process, because it is trying to process the things that they see, experience, and still give them the hope to be somebody one day.
And also not being re-triggered yourself.
Yeah.
Compassion fatigue is real. Vicarious trauma is real.
Yeah.
Right? So I think it's a lot. It's a lot.
No, for sure, and it's definitely a whole nother podcast. But I just wanted to. I knew that was a field that you guys were, experienced in and had, a level of expertise, and even myself, like, just working in profit with you, who, have from broken, households or fatherless homes, or and I have a lot of relatable things that happened in my life when they used to just be able to allow me to relate to some of the youth who I used to work with, and still to this day. One of my mentees is performing at a show that I'm doing next week, and it was just really dope to just kind of like build that rapport, so much so that, you feel me, we're still connected even if I'm not still working there, like, you know what I'm saying. But no, to touch on Ashley a little bit what you said, like, I remember being told as a youngin', like, men don't cry, don't, you feel me, be a man, you feel me, toughen up, like, you know what I'm saying. Well, bro, like, that shit just hurt me, like, you feel me. So it's like, how else am I supposed to express this, like, you feel me. I remember when my mom passed, like, I remember and it's crazy, like, the bad things that I remember, like, I don't even remember a lot of, like, the good things. But anyway, I remember, like, at the funeral, like, I just remember, like, just watching everybody. I was 8, but I remember just kind of like watching everybody and being like, there was no real, like, emotion. And it took me a long time. I didn't become emotional about that whole thing until I became an adult. And it was just like, damn, like, looking back, like, why wasn't I, you feel me? Because I used to be told, you should be drilled in my head, like, you feel me, like, oh, you can't cry. But anyway, I don't want to stay on the
Well, black, I know we're not gonna stay there, but black women are told the same thing too.
Okay.
When I think about the experience of the black mother, I've never seen mama cry, right? We've gone through some things, right? Even me, coaching black mothers now, like, they don't even want to ask for help, right? Because it's like this mentality of, like, if you a single mama, black mama, you got to do what you got to do. And you don't have time to cry. You got to grind. You got to fix the situation, which leads to, right, what we're talking about right now, like this buildup of trauma in our communities, and how do we process our feelings so that we can best teach our kids how to do so, too. How do we exemplify that?
I just say, for everybody listening and listening later, that I think we owe it to ourselves to be committed to our healing.
Didn't see that coming.
We owe it to ourselves to be committed
important
to our healing.
It's so important.
And we owe it to ourselves to understand what triggers us and what happened to us, so that when we go into these relationships, right, whether it's romantic or we become parents, we're not bringing those traumas in, because I see how those traumas will raise a child.
Yes.
Right?
Now
you
is
see
you
the
fucking up the next
fears that
generation.
you have are raising your children. You just owe it to yourself to be committed to your healing the best way you can. I'm a proponent of therapy. I know some people prefer, like, some expression, whether that's creative expression to get through what they've been through. But
which is therapeutic.
It needs to be something. I'm not denying that.
But sometimes you got to let that shit out vocally.
Yeah.
Like, you have to be able to say what it is that you're feeling. You can artistically do it all the time. I could do it through music. I can do it through art. Like, you know what I'm saying? But sometimes you really do got to sit on that motherfucking couch and, like, let somebody who has this profession be able to pull some. I mean, you know that. Like, you feel me?
That's not always.
Yeah.
I ain't saying that. I'm saying there's a lot of components of how you can do it, but it's just like, I'm saying at some point.
I mean, you can draw, like, so
even
if you take that drawing aspect, like, if you draw me a picture, I can sit down and I can discuss this picture with you and tell you what's going on in your life, what I assume is meaningful to you, so you don't technically have to talk if you're a child, but I will give you that expression through me talking for you, and you just sitting down, just jotting down what it is, right, and just coming up with those my own bits and pieces until you feel comfortable,
right.
Yeah, something Something that's really cool. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to.
No, you're good.
I'm gonna say something that's really cool. So my organization just wrapped up summer camp. 70 young people Monday through Friday for 7 weeks that we created a safe place for. And all Chicagoans had a good time. I literally just took everything I wanted in my childhood and put it in a summer camp. But we have something at Imagine WIIFTBP called a chill room, right? We allow young people to have a bad day.
Yes.
We allow them to, really get in tune with how they feel. So they go to this chill room. We have this emotion chart, and they can kind of point to, like, how are you feeling today? And then from there, we have our social work intern or one of our staff members. Everybody's trauma-informed and practicing trauma-informed care.
Yes.
Talking to our young people about what's going on. How are you feeling? Because it's in those conversations and in building that trust that I've learned from experience that, I didn't eat last night, so I'm angry, right? So my mama is being beat up at home, right? And so that we know how to go in and help the best way we can, but it's about creating that environment
and I think
where someone feels safe.
Nurturing, like we just talked about relationships, right? Like we want our kids to be in healthy relationships. We want to be in healthy relationships, and that doesn't happen without these processes. So how can you love unconditionally, right? How do you forgive? How do you do those things without it ending at the waterfall?
There you go. I know, right? At the bottom of the barrel.
Bottom of the waterfall.
I think the bigger part of that is not how do you do that, but how do you deal with it for yourself so it doesn't stick and create a stigma that's placed upon you, right? So it's not another barrier or another brick that's on your shoulders. So it's not, because I'll just say this: you should never live in a perfect world, because if you expect everything to be perfect, then when
your feelings hurt.
when you finally fall, something's really, you're not gonna know how to build yourself up. So we should be built in a world where we have to continuously build ourselves. But the issue and the key parts of that is when you get knocked down. All right, so I'm gonna stand up, but then I'm gonna go left, because left is a little bit safer, and you learn how to maneuver and deal with those processes. Or like, I didn't eat last night, so I know that I can talk to Miss So and So because she'll give me this meal when I come in tomorrow.
Meet the need,
and so to be able to like build this person up to like the highest level that they can possibly be.
Every child is one caring adult away from a success story.
It only take one.
It's powerful.
Every child. That's
I'll let that sit.
Dropping quotes, let that marinate a little bit. You know what I'm saying? No, that's real shit. Because if I didn't have the coaches and mentors in my life growing up, I wouldn't be here talking on this podcast right now. I'm pretty positive about that, actually. So yes, I agree with that 100%. If you are new to the channel or to the station, make sure you follow What's in It for the Black People Media's Facebook page. Make sure you follow Two Vegetarians Eating Chicken Facebook page, our YouTube, Two Vegetarians Eating Chicken, our IG, and our Twitter, Two Vec Podcast, number 2 VEC Podcast.
TikTok too, Two Vec Podcast.
We ain't uploading the TikTok in a minute, so I ain't want to put that out there in the universe. But yes, we got a TikTok too.
I ain't been on Twitter either, to be honest with you, but you
that's true. You feel me? That's your world more than it is mine. You know what I'm saying?
Thank you for that. Thank you for that.
Make sure you follow our lovely guests as well, as mentioned earlier. And if you are listening, they are doing amazing things in the city. We got a couple more topics that we're going to touch on. We always do some random topics. You feel me?
Shout out to Toastmasters.
That's fair.
Toastmasters International.
Yes.
We're ready.
Okay, cool.
We belong to Greater Inglewood Toastmasters Club. We meet every second and
yes, thank you, because I wanted to point out, I want to ask you about that.
Inglewood has literally one of the best Toastmasters club in the nation. We've been president distinguished since Carter. And I serve as
y'all. I know. When it's Don DeMarco, shit like that. That's fair. That'll work. We need to do some of that. We need some when I'm uploading. Anyway, thank you for that plug. That was awesome. Do some random close out the show. So this whole women proposing to men thing. What are y'all thoughts on that? Would you do it? And okay, I won't even say no more. What are y'all thoughts on it? because there's been a lot of women. Some of them are obviously doing it for like attention and clout, but I've seen some good ones and I've seen some bad ones. Like that probably wasn't a good idea. So, what are y'all thoughts on the whole ordeal?
I'm going to be very traditional about things. I think that's when we talk about masculinity.
Let a man be a man.
I'm gonna let my man be a man when he's ready to get down on his knee. Then that's just what it is. I'm not doing that. I feel like I'm gonna let you be a man, and also I want you to decide if you want to be with me. I don't want to decide that for you. I saw a video the other day. She did it in the ring store, and I was like,
I saw that one, and I was just like, that was awkward. And then the dude was like commentating. He was like, "Give your girl a kiss." Clearly, he didn't even want this to happen in the first place, and he like forced himself to give her a kiss. It was awkward. I was just like, "Oh, that was really awkward."
And it's embarrassing. So it's a no for me.
Yeah, I'm pretty traditional in that sense too. I was literally just so upset about taking out the garbage the other day. So it's just like it's certain things that I do believe a man should do and a woman should do. Okay. But I think for me, it's the idea that if I'm proposing, then how do I know he's ready? I even fear that with me. Like, I would be so afraid if I'm just dating somebody, maybe it's going good and I turn around one day, he on his knees. I'm like, I'm not going to say yes just because. We going to talk
but you
something.
Put some sort of time frame or something on that though. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, what's the minimum? What's the maximum? Like, where a person can, if it's going well.
Yeah.
To where a person like
to me
proposes.
Not more than 3 years.
Yeah. Because you know if you want to be.
If we holding on longer than 3 years,
I can't do the Jim Jones.
I'm sad.
I think 6 months to a year.
When it gets to common law marriage and we're not really married, then that's kind of whack to me.
Yeah.
Interesting.
That's
I can't do wifely duties if I'm not.
Okay, Pat.
Oh, so you gotta
have. Okay. Hello.
She needs the ring. Ashley needs the ring, y'all. She needs the ring. She not doing no. So what's wifely duties though? You feel me? What do you mean? You can't do no wifely duties if you ain't got a ring on?
I feel like there's just boundaries. I can't give y'all the game though.
I look exactly. Look, what you talking about, Ron? Look, listen. Okay, give me an example. Give me one example of what's a wifely duty that you can't do because you don't have a ring on. If you dating somebody,
I don't think it's a can't, but like I feel like this came up from somebody else, like washing. I think it was like washing clothes every day,
like doing his laundry,
like doing laundry or something like that. Don't
that's
get
fair.
me wrong.
That's
like,
fair.
If something dirty, like if we talk
now, do y'all live together?
That's crazy. Oh, you asking me personally?
I'm saying,
period.
In this situation, do y'all live together?
No, living together, we not living together, right?
So like it is. No, I mean to a certain. So
you got to be headed to a place where you're ready to like, or see if you want to marry me, because I feel like you don't know a person till probably you live with them, right? Like, we got to be headed somewhere. You know what I mean? So
no, and I agree with you. So I'm saying I'm just trying to tackle this laundry thing. So is this like a scenario? Is this like a scenario where you coming over and y'all chilling and hanging out and he like, hey babe, you go throw them clothes in the washer for me? Would you do that?
See, the thing is,
first of all, why you coming over with your dirty drawers, nigga?
I'm saying you coming. She coming to his crib. So you coming to his crib and y'all chilling. You feel me? And like maybe y'all watching the movie or maybe y'all cooking together or something.
Keyword his crib.
His crib. And he's like, baby, can you, while we doing whatever, can you throw those clothes in the washer for me? Would you do that?
See, I think that's. I feel like okay, but if it's like often, like I gotta clean, I have to clean. I'm a woman, you know. What I'm saying? I'm gonna clean your house, do your laundry, do. That's a lot. Not to say that a woman shouldn't. I'm not judging, but I'm just saying like we gotta be headed somewhere.
Y'all talked about this. You see this finger waving. Y'all talked about this.
We got a light bulb.
I think last week when y'all were talking about, I guess, woman putting you through the shit or
the
something
shit test.
like that.
The shit test.
Yeah,
it's
or
real.
whatever. But it's just like. I think that's a shit test.
Okay, that's fair.
If I come over, you have the whole day or whatever you have to do, but you're gonna wait till I get over here to wash your dirty drawers.
Hey man, you throw them clothes. Look, okay, so let me give you another example. Look, and so that's funny though because I think women do the shit test intentionally. Men can do it unintentionally, right? So like, let's say we chilling, right? Let's say unintentional. Let's say agree to disagree. let's say we chilling, watching a movie, Netflix and chilling, right? Now I'm hungry. You feel me? I'm gonna say, hey, babe, you'll go make me a sandwich real quick. What's your response to that?
A DoorDash something.
See, I'm opposite.
To make a sandwich.
That's what you gonna say? You gonna listen?
I like to cook.
Okay.
And I actually like to cater.
Okay.
Like, okay. You want me to put the pickle on the side? Like,
Okay.
And I probably like I'm all for it, but I think that there's just boundaries. Like
so Shelly, you ordering DoorDash or you gonna
eat? Like, I'm gonna make sure you eat.
But what if I want a sandwich though? I want you to go fix me a sandwich.
If I have everything to make a sandwich,
We at my crib. We still in my crib. I have everything, and I'm asking you. We chilling, watching a movie. I say, hey, babe, can you go?
Watching a movie, that must mean that I like you. If you want me to make your sandwich, I make.
You gonna go make a sandwich?
And if I really
Okay, cool.
I'm gonna cut that boy in half.
You gonna cut it in half? You gonna put a pickle on that motherfucker?
With the oil.
Okay.
Baby,
No, that's fair. That's fair. You know, so.
Not crab.
You say pickle on the side, okay. No, this is good because I've heard women, answer that question and be like, you feel me? Well, what's wrong with your feet? Or what's wrong with your?
You said that last week.
Yeah,
right. I mean, because it's been a thing, and it was just like, bro, like you can't just go make me a sandwich, like you feel me? Like why does it have to be
right?
It's fair.
If you're treating me right, and I feel like I'm taken care of, right? I will gladly cater to you. That's what I get. That goes back to what I said. I feel like that's what I'm supposed to do.
Yeah.
I can't wait to take care of you.
Thank you.
Okay, so here's the other random. I'm glad we were able to touch on that. Hold on, we got a comment. Let me read the comment. Corinthia definitely in the comment section. I think her comment about the roommates thing was the laundry. She said we roommates, my guy, basically at this point.
Hey.
I don't even do my own laundry.
That's fair.
See, look.
I do a laundry service.
We got another comment. Pierce, he said, so that means, fellas, if she leave her dirty clothes at your house, don't wash them shits. Put them in a Walmart bag until she come back to get them. That's fair. You feel me? Because it's like, you ain't wash my shit when I asked you to wash it. So if you leave some shit at my crib, I got a little duffel bag for you. Yeah, I got your clothes here. You feel me? Like, you know what I'm saying?
That's petty.
That's funny. That it could be petty. It depends. You feel me?
That's really petty.
Why you leaving it though? That shit going to the garbage.
You throwing her? Yeah, I mean, maybe she left it on purpose. A reason to come back.
I know what you worried about.
Yeah, maybe
To what? To come back?
Might be a test.
It could be like the first or second time.
Then she gonna come back to what bitch been over here?
Exactly. Like that's your shit. Like you're talking about. That's not mine, bro. Watch out. You feel me? Okay, so cool.
Test.
So another random topic that I want to touch on before we're done. How do you all feel about cold approaching? So y'all know what that means? Cold approaching. So a male.
A woman approaching a male.
A male approaching a woman. On some random shit. So let's say y'all at the mall together.
Just walk up to you and talk to you.
And just and he see you from across the mall and he walks up to you and be like, you feel me? It's kind of a lost art. And my whole point of acting is it's kind of been a conversation around whether men should continue to cold approach or not. Yeah. So y'all at the mall together, y'all shopping, doing y'all, lady thing. And it's a group of us, maybe it's three of y'all, it's three of us. You feel me? And I walk up and say, whatever, you feel me? Hey, I saw you from across the mall, you feel me? Or just some random shit that's an opener, you know what I'm saying? Do y'all frown upon it? So a lot of women be like, you feel me? Especially when y'all with y'all homegirls.
It's about how you do it. It's
Okay.
confidence for me. But and then honestly, if we're talking about we're in the mall, it has to be some physical attraction.
Fair,
right?
because
Or
you gonna see the shit.
you better crack a hell of a joke.
Okay.
And I'm like, ha it to death. But I
Interesting.
think
Okay.
it's about how you approach me, right? If you do it in a way that's like, what do you want? Like,
That
you
aspect.
just yeah, like low key disrespect. Low key disrespects me or like disrespects my girls. Like if you acknowledge the women that I'm with, like if you if you approach me like a man with confidence, then I will respond like a woman with confidence, right?
Okay.
Whether even if that's to say like, no, I'm not interested or I got a man,
Real
but
shit. Yeah.
I'm okay with that. I think women should do it too.
So some women really don't like the aspect of cold approaching in the sense of, I don't know, some consider it, corny or it's a lost art or I think it depends, right? So I think it's a lot easier to cold approach a woman if she's by herself. I think sometimes women find that weird because it's like, why you walking up on me? Because I real like, way to like approach a woman, especially if you like walking behind her, you can startle her, like, you know what I'm saying? So it has to be on some face-to-face type, you feel me? Let's say we both in Foot Locker and you standing there looking at some J's, you feel me? So now my opener is to come up and say, you feel me? Well, I really like these right here, shit. I'm gonna look good on your feet.
Or
like
you
on some,
come over and be like, you are beautiful.
But like, times out of 10,
No.
you know what I'm saying?
Shit, weak, bro.
See, that's the problem.
You're
I'm telling
beautiful.
you.
Like
You're
how many times you done heard?
I'm probably not gonna say that.
Like
It's
that's
about
not that's,
how you
that's
do
not,
it. It's
but
the
that's
energy.
But that's not even original.
I don't disagree with you either.
Like,
you feel me?
Like,
I think
you'd be
it's
amazed
I think it's
at how-
situational. It depends. I think it's
It is.
situational.
I think
like,
it's-
you know what I'm saying?
We got trauma
It can be
from
cheesy.
how
It can be
motherfuckers
cheesy.
approaching us. Like,
Right, yeah. You can tell when somebody just trying to get with you to, for you to lay on your back.
Trying to get the
versus,
cheeks,
like,
basically.
You're
Yeah.
beautiful. Like,
Yeah.
we can tell that.
Yeah.
People can tell me I'm beautiful all day, but when someone genuinely likes me or wants to get with me and they're like, you're beautiful, you can tell the difference.
yes, you
Fair.
can.
Yeah. Corinthia said, don't approach me with my kids. Anything else is okay. Long as it's respectful. Shooters shoot. Shooters shoot.
Shooter, shoot.
Gio said, I care what she thinks. I'm putting my bid in and I'm floating off. My 14-year-old, they're called that thirsty. See, that's what I'm saying. So like now it looks completely different, right? Because it's like, one, I wouldn't consider it thirsty because it's like, again, shooter shoot, right? So you ain't gonna see this person again. This might be like one of the baddest girls you ever seen. Like, so you not gonna say nothing, like, you know what I'm saying? And then you gonna leave feeling like, damn, I should have said something to her, like, you know what I'm saying? Go ahead.
My piece of advice, like, I'm sorry, I just want to flip it. Ladies, I feel like you will miss out on what you want if you don't voice how you feel.
Why don't women cold approach?
I don't know, because I feel like that has been a part of the game book for me, or at least that's something I learned from my brothers. Well, even, and this is no shade to anybody, but some of the girls that I've seen where I look at them, I'm like, you have a very lot of character in your face, right? And I'm just like, how did you end up with this guy? It's because they were confident enough to say, hey, you're handsome. Hey, I like you. I don't know why women don't shoot more. I do.
I think that it's just it reminds you of proposal. Like, I'm letting men come to me, but it's like now it's like, well, I'm gonna go get my man.
Yeah.
Shit, come here, boy.
It's fair.
Like I just feel like it's just untraditional. It's
It's fair.
Game
ladies,
changer, though.
it is a game changer. This has been a really dope show.
Ow.
I'm really happy
for
that we had you
having
guys
us.
on.
I know.
Thanks for
Thank you.
coming.
I invited myself.
You did. I'm
And
glad.
I said I'm gonna bring it. Yeah.
I'm glad.
My best
Yeah.
little testy.
And it happened. If you are new to the channel, make sure you go follow What's in it for the Black People Media's Facebook page. Make sure you follow Two Vegetarians Eating Chicken. Make sure you follow our IG and our Twitter, 2VEC Podcast, number 2 VEC Podcast. Make sure you follow these lovely ladies. Their links to their IG are at the bottom of the screen.
And it's at __ I am Shelly. But even before
I'm pretty sure you'll be
me,
able to find her without that second underscore. Why she just pointed that out 2 times.
Facts. But please
she's
follow
famous.
Imagine Inglewood if
There
you're
you go,
somebody who want to
plug.
get involved in the Black community, if you want to mentor young people, or you just want to make a difference. Follow Imagine Inglewood if on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. Just type in our name, you'll find us.
We appreciate that. Everybody in the comments who've been rocking with us, giving their 2 cents. We love you guys.
Yes.
This was a really dope show. Somebody in the comments said these were the dopest women that we've had on thus far.
We're going to be back.
Yeah, we'll be back.
So we appreciate
We got more
that.
to
So
say.
so
You feel
confident.
me?
So
Yeah,
confident.
yeah.
So confident. Shout out to Ryan. Always check out
Shout
my boy.
out.
That's right.
Shout
Right.
out.
Ryan doing the engineering back there. Check out our boy who DJ on WIIFTBP Wednesdays.
WIIFTBP Wednesdays,
Definitely,
yes, that still
look forward to
goes.
us. We will be switching at some point within like a week or two to Wednesdays, guys. We'll definitely be going on, so we'll have a full lineup on Wednesdays. So
Yes.
stay tuned for that.
It's your boy, Mr. Lingo himself.
And then who else got something to say? Your boy Fly Sweater KJ.
And
We
this
out.
is Shelly. Keep it Shelly.
Shelly.
Surely keep you on. That's out there.
WIIFTBP. Media's just for you and me. WIIFTBP. Media's just for you and me.
That's his peers, but I'm like, it spells so different.
No, that's his ass.
Oh, he said, don't say nothing stupid.
Right. now my shit in the Walmart bag. Thank you.
Oh my
Now my shit in the Walmart bag. I gotta go get all my shit.
Who boyfriend was in the comments? Who?
Her, the peers, the person.
With the Walmart bag. Don't watch
Oh,
that.
that's hilarious. Oh, that's so funny.
I ain't gonna lie, he stayed washing my shit.
Well, I say someone is sneaking around Chicago stealing red light cameras. God bless them.
As they should.
God bless them.
Now only if y'all can hack these student loans.
Okay, like, why it's taking so long?
Red light cameras, bro.
But where is my car key though? I definitely put it on. Oh, put it in the bag. All right, have me back.
Huh?
Have me back.
Yeah, for sure.
Let us come back every second Thursday.
No, we gonna have to do it Wednesday though.
Oh, wait.
Wednesdays are pre-recorded.
Wednesday's different.
Wednesdays are pre-recorded, but they're fun.
Okay. Cool. Awesome sauce. And I don't know why you didn't give me the suite number. You didn't give me the suite number.
Well,
We would have been up here a whole 2 minutes.
Well, because I didn't think about that because I didn't, it just, whatever. Y'all got up here. That's all that matters. I wasn't thinking about that because y'all was late.
Ashley said we need some Hennessy. What's some calls?
No, I mean, we usually pregame.
So Wednesday.
Oh, Wine Wednesday.
Oh, yeah.
Wine Wednesday.
She said, wine Wednesday. She funny as hell.
All right, gentlemen, have a good night.
See you, ladies.
First of all, do not leave and tell them, damn, you finna just walk off?
No, I'm listening.
Yeah, quit stunning, boy. You finna walk off. What's wrong with it? What's wrong with it? She finna walk off.
When you gonna get with DJ?
I'm gonna text him and then we gotta figure out what that looks like. Thanks, Ron. I appreciate you, bro.
No problem.